Hello everybody, welcome to Little John's Yarns. Thank you for joining me on my very second live stream. I appreciate you all coming out. I hope you all are keeping warm. It's been extremely cold here in Pennsylvania with our polar vortex. But before we get into all that, for the people that are here, I need you to do me a big favor. Could you make sure my audio's okay and the video's okay? So I don't want anything messed up so everybody can hear exactly what I'm talking with you today about. So I'm going to check in the comment box and see if everything's going okay. Don't got too many people here yet, so let's see. Alright, I think everything's sounding good. So I'll get into what we're talking about. Well, like I said, it's been pretty cold here. And up. I see some people now. Hi Bianca, sounds good to me, thank you. Hey Mimi, how you doing? Okay, everything sounds good. I was worried like the sound wasn't okay, and I'm finally seeing people show up, so thank you so much for showing up, guys. I appreciate your support. And one more thing, can you do me another favor? If you look down to the bottom of your viewer, you'll see a little share button. Can you share that out on all your social media sites? So just in case anybody wants to hear what we're talking about today. Alright, like I said, it's been extremely cold here, so my kids have been home from school like 3 days out of 5, so I haven't been able to do any of my crochet patterns. So that's why I haven't seen anything come out within the past couple weeks, but hopefully in the next week or two I'll have some things coming out. So what are you guys working on? What's your WIPs, works in progress? Let me check. Emily, you're from PA too. Where are you from? I need me a new crochet buddy. I need somebody to understand my yarn junkie habits, how much I love to shop. That's so awesome. Hey Tracy, how you doing? But okay, what I'm working on that you guys will see a pattern in the next coming weeks real quick. I'll show you before we start what we're talking about today. Well, I'm going to be making this crochet choker. I didn't think anybody really wanted to see it, but I ended up posting this on Facebook and Instagram, and people wanted a pattern for it. So hopefully within the next week or so, we'll be coming out with this. And I just got these little beads from Amazon. On the replay, I'll leave all the information about that down below. And I'll show you what yarn I'm using for that pattern. It's just some crochet thread that I bought at like this big bulk sale. Nothing special. Okay, and I'll be working with Premier Yarns, doing one of their patterns. I'm going to be making a crochet bag. It doesn't look like much yet, but it's going to work up into something fancy when I'm all done. Let's see if I have a picture you guys can see. This is what I'll be working on. So hopefully that'll be done in the next couple weeks. And if you want to pre-shop for your patterns to follow along, it's Premier Yarn Every Day. This is a number 6 yarn. It's bulky and it's super plush. Love it. Alright. Okay. Oh, and I want to thank you all for coming to join me last week on my live stream. I was so surprised. We had over almost 100 people on the live stream and over 2,000 people that watched on the replay. So thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And if you guys would like to continue to support this channel and the free patterns that I supply, you can donate through Super Chat. What exactly Super Chat is, some people had some questions about that last week. It's a place where you can donate to me so I can help continue give you these patterns. What you would do, you see the little, I can't point my finger, $sign, you would click that, donate whatever you would wish to, and follow instructions, and follow the instructions from there, and so you can donate. And so I won't miss any Super Chats, because I feel so bad. I missed Patricia Galloway. She donated through Super Chat, and I missed it. I set up this little disco ball, so whoever does donate, somehow this is supposed to go off when a Super Chat happens. I did a lot of YouTube research to try to figure this bad boy out. So we'll see if it works. If somebody donates, that'll pop up. So we'll see what happens. But okay, we're going to hop into the topic that we were supposed to talk about. All the missed questions from last week's selling conversation. So we had a question from Jersey Girl and My Veil. They want to know, what exactly do I make? When I was crocheting and selling, I made pretty much anything anybody asked me. If I wanted to make some money, I would have to do it. Yes, I would be a little insecure on what I had to make, because I've made crochet horse harness covers, adult crochet character hats. I made this Ewok dog sweater so their dog can look like an Ewok. I've made anything and everything. And yeah, I wasn't sure on the patterns, but sometimes I can be a little bit cheap. I would take a free pattern from here and a free pattern from there and hook them up together and somehow figure out how to make this custom order that somebody wanted. And after doing that so much, I eventually learned how to freestyle because all the base patterns got stuck in my brain. But that leads me into the very next question. It was from Linda Miller. She asked, do you recommend making pre-made items or making custom orders? Well, for me personally, I didn't care for pre-made items unless I was selling on a craft show or something where you have to create in bulk. So for me, when I was selling online, I had pre-made orders and nobody was buying them. It wasn't because my work wasn't good. It was only because they wanted my work in a completely different color. So eventually I would just become a custom order. And people would just send me pictures from Pinterest or something and say, can you make this for me? So everything was pretty much custom order. Okay, we had another question from Debbie Swetzer last week. She wanted to know, how exactly do I price things? I've heard people use the 3 times method. The 3 times method is where you take your material times 3 and that's what the item would cost. That can be fine and dandy unless you're making something like a hat. Let's say your material costs $3 and you're making a hat. I don't want to sell my hat for $9. So what I did in the past, I would go on Etsy and find a range of items. Let's say somebody asked me to crochet a sweater. I would see the sweater costs on Etsy was from $75 to $125, and I'd compare my work and see where I would fit in between, and I'll also factor in how much I wanted to make an hour. My price range, I would be paid around $15 to $35 an hour. I would never go below that. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat over here. Oh, we got a Philadelphia, Nicole number 5. How you doing? Working on a Mother's Day present. A. Hardy. Okay. We got some people from Boston. That's wonderful. And Emily Ziegler wants to know, am I selling on Etsy? Personally, yes, I do sell on Etsy, but I'm not selling physical products right now. I'm only selling patterns. Oh, and that goes back into what somebody asked, what exactly do I make? I used to do custom orders, but I no longer do custom orders anymore. I ran into some hand trouble where my hand began tightening up and I couldn't physically do the demand of custom orders like I was doing before, because when I'm getting something, I'll go hard. I would have dozens of custom orders a month. So I look for other ways to make money. So I went into creating patterns. So that's what exactly I sell on Etsy. Okay. Maddie Liz 1000, she asked me, what's the best way to accept money online? PayPal. Everybody knows it and everybody trusts it. And PayPal, they have it's more secure and their purchases are protected. So I would definitely recommend that. And they do have a fee. Their fee is 2.9% plus 30 cents transaction. What that is just like it says, whatever somebody's giving you, let's say it's $100, and they'll take 2.9% of it plus 30 cents. Okay, and here's another one. Connie Net, she asked me, how do you estimate shipping on Etsy? I really don't ship much on Etsy, but when I was shipping, I ship within my Facebook group. I use, people can use scale, ship by weight. In the U.S., I always use U.S. first class shipping. That was cheapest for me. But personally, I use a flat rate shipping. It was easier for the customer and easier for me. My flat rate shipping personally, oh my goodness, it worked. I got a super chat. Tommy Green, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I didn't think this thing would work. That is so awesome. Oh, you threw me off track. I don't even know what to say now, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, let me hit the button. I feel like I'm super technical savvy now. Didn't think I would have that thing work, but thank you so much for your donation. Okay, I lost track. We're talking about shipping. I use a flat rate shipping. For me, it was easier for myself and for the customer. Let's say even if their shipping weight came to $7, I would factor in the remainder of the shipping within a hat. Let's say I charged $40 for a hat. That's okay. I estimated that extra shipping within there, so it was okay. Okay, Sam's creation last week, she asked me what she wanted to start writing her own patterns, and how exactly do you do that? Well, if you're starting from scratch and you don't even know how to freestyle yet, I would recommend doing a lot of patterns and trying to work with your own mind to create things. But if you're already toned into the freestyling, I want you to do the reverse. I want you to go find a pattern online and follow it stitch for stitch. Find a pattern that feels like your flow. When I learned how to create a pattern, the patterns that I choose to write sound exactly the way I talk in my videos. You'll hear me talk in my videos, double crochet 3, skip 1, double crochet in the 4th stitch. My patterns are written almost the exact same style. And the key to get this even better, when I completed my first pattern, I sent it out to pattern testers. This is where you learn how to truly write a pattern. You send your pattern out to testers. I had my first pattern tested. I did it for free. I put up a request on Facebook and people responded to it. I sent it out. I worked hard. I knew this pattern was going to be easy to follow. Nobody knew what I was talking about. These pattern testers taught me how to write a pattern. So do that. Follow the basics, relearn everything, follow a couple of patterns till you feel what's like your flow, then send them out to testers. All right. Oh, and Sam, she had another question about where do you buy bulk yarn? The last live stream I talked about, I got some of these yarns at this big yarn sale, and I couldn't exactly remember the name. I happened to look it up. It is, I'm sorry, I'm reading a little screen behind you, the Nordic Trading Company. It's in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. I know you all aren't from the U.S. or Pennsylvania, but even for me, that was 2 hours away. It was like being in heaven. They had barrels and barrels of yarn. It was crazy. They had yarn for $20, $50, $1. I went there with over $100. I felt like a diva, like, I'll take that. I'll take that too. Give me this pound of yarn. It was the best thing ever. But there's also other places where you can get yarn. I wouldn't call it bulk yarn, but great yarn steals, such as the Dollar Tree. You won't get like a consistent products every single week, but if you show up on a great day, I've got scarfy yarn for like $1 a pop. I seen like 12 there. You know what? Me being a gritty girl that I am, I just bought all 12 because I know they'll never have this again. Each week it might be something completely different, but Dollar Tree has some awesome steals. But you have to make sure you catch it. I've been talking a lot. I need to take a sip. Oh, see this awesome cup? My coworker got me this for Christmas. That was awesome. Let's see what's happened over here in the chat. Oh, you're breaking up on every 4th word. Is that just me? I don't know. How's it's stalling? Oh no. Let's see. Every few words is skipping on the screen also. Let's see how I can fix this. Go into the settings. Don't mind me, guys. It's going to take me a second. Okay, how's everything looking now? Is it still freezing? Is it still cutting up? Okay, what am I hearing so far? Everything okay right now? Okay, I'm going to hop back into what I was saying. Oh, we was talking about bulk yarn. In other places you can buy bulk yarn. I was talking about the Dollar Tree. That is a hidden treasure. Also, if you ever check out the Lion Brand website, they have the $1 sales every so many months. And that's pretty awesome. I caught that a couple months ago and got well over a dozen yarns, good steals. And also, Hobby Lobby twice a year has this big, huge secret sale. And I think it was, last one was 6 months ago, where I seen people online coming out with like carts and carts of yarns and barrels of it. Unfortunately myself, I missed it and got at the tail end, but I still end up getting great yarn deals. So I guess you have to keep an eye out for these things, and make sure, somebody else said Joann's and Michael's has them, but I haven't seen their big yarn sales. But you guys, if you find them, make sure you message me and let me know, because I love to get in on those deals. Alright, and another one, Malika Ahmad Khan, she asked about selling and selling infringements. What selling and selling infringements is, she's talking about, you ever purchase a pattern or read a free pattern, and you make it to the very bottom of the screen, and well, bottom of the page, and it'll say, you cannot sell anything you make from this product. That's exactly what she's talking about. The funny thing about most patterns, they're not actually copyrighted. A lot of pattern makers are just putting this at the bottom of their papers. To get copyrighted, you have to copyright and register with the U.S. Copyright Office, and a lot of them aren't doing that. And where copyright infringement comes into play, usually comes into play with, like, let's say you're crocheting a Disney minion, and you're selling that minion, or you're crocheting a Doctor Who scarf, and you're selling that Doctor Who scarf. You're copywriting on their what their item that they have. Like Disney owns that, somebody owns Doctor Who. But personally, also I looked up, there's never been in a precedent, nobody has ever challenged these. I'm not saying that you should. You might hear that your cousin's uncle's friend sued somebody who got their pattern. Legally, on all the legal websites that I've looked, there has been no precedent. But I don't like people who won't let you sell the items that they make. I say, no, don't step on their toes, follow their wishes, leave them alone. But go find another crochet designer and support them, the people who want to give. So that's my opinion on that one. And let's see. One of the last questions from last week was from Maddie Ober. She wanted to know, how do you get more people interested in your work? I don't know if you remember this from last week. I talked about trying harder, going hard, going ham. If you want to get out there, you have to advertise for yourself. You can't trust an Etsy to get you seen. You are a one in a million. I recommend going the free route. There are millions of people on Facebook. That's where you should focus your attention. They have Facebook groups you can create. You ever been on like the Lulu Rose leggings? They sell those, or like the nail polish people. Same thing you can do with your own crochet items. You can set up your own Facebook business page. On your business page, they even offer you a little shop button. You can add a shop to that. You can sell within Facebook Marketplace. And a Facebook Marketplace, you can just put in your crochet items for sale. People can look at it throughout the world. You can also sell in Facebook, I think they're called flea markets. Sign up for like 10 of those. On all that, I want you to post 3 times a day on all of those non-stop. It sounds tedious, it sounds crazy, but the goal to get sales is to get your eyes on your product. So if you think that's too much, you don't want to make a sale. So that's what I recommend to get some of your items sold. Oh, and also on a copyright infringement, on the replay, I'm going to link down to some websites down below within the description box of all the legal information that I looked up about copyright infringement. All right, let's see. Oh, Stephanie Kelly, she just said Michael's just had a buy 2 get 1 free. Missed it. Okay. Cozy Country Crafts. Where do you start selling or making money with crochet? What sells? Where do you start selling? Like I said, start selling on Facebook. You need to think like a business. Begin with a Facebook business page. What sells? For me, I notice people, when you get on Facebook, you don't wake up to say, I'm going to buy something. You have to have your eye catch something. And people don't want to toss out $100 willy-nilly. The people that cost out $100 willy-nilly to me, well, it wasn't willy-nilly, were my repeat customers. My first-time customers usually bought something about $30 and under. They bought something simple like a scarf. So starting on something small, I don't recommend you making 100 blankets, because that's going to be a waste of your time, and a lot of them's not going to sell. People like custom order things. So I'd recommend starting with something small. Let's see. Pink Brown, where do you find pattern testers? Are they paid? Okay, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping in on my live stream. How I found pattern testers? Facebook groups. I have my own Facebook group where I have a community of people. I ask, hey, does anybody want to test the pattern for free? I would appreciate. Or if you don't have your own group, you can go into another Facebook group, but make sure you're following that group's rules. Sometimes they don't like people to ask for pattern testers, so you're going to have to look for a Facebook group that allows this within the crochet or knit community. And just ask, would anybody like to be a free tester? And usually, amazing, people say yes. All right. Oh, the video keeps freezing. Grr. I need to be more technical savvy. I really do. Okay, I know for the next live stream that we'll have, I'm going to have this all fixed. So I hope you all are still getting pretty much the core of the information that I'm trying to get to you. All right, Celeste English. Hi, I'm interested in what you have on. Did you crochet that sweater? I love it and the color. Do you have a tutorial on this? Would love to make this one. Love you. Oh, thank you, Celeste. I appreciate it so much. And yes, I did make the sweater. And yes, I do have a tutorial for that one. I think if you would search crochet boat neck sweater, I'll pop up within the first couple in the search. But I'll definitely make sure I have to write that down and put that in the description box for you. But I forgot to mention, yes, I'm wearing one of the tops I made. All right, thank you so much. Okay. My life as a mom of 12 children. My biggest issue is marketing and advertising, but it's getting better for me. Oh, hey, hey, I know you sure. How you doing? I didn't recognize the long name, but I see your little picture. But you know what? Marketing is hard. It's tiring. It's redundant. But the more you do it, the hard work that I put in years ago pays off now. That's why you know me. I don't have to promote as hard as I did before. I'll put it, since I'm not selling as much, but I still do this whole work ethic in YouTube. Like when I became a YouTuber, I didn't say I grew super fast, but I've been growing at a pretty steady rate, because a year ago I was putting out 3 tutorials a week. I was going hard. I was selling online. I was putting out tutorials. And I was marketing myself. I was posting my patterns in all these Facebook groups, and I was posting my items that I made, and people began to recognize me. So now that I have a bigger following, I don't have to work as hard, but I'm still working hard. I think I'm going to have to double up my work ethic so I can go even further. I want to quit my day job, but that's for another video. Let's see what else. I'm still breaking up. I'm so mad. Grr. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe it's time for me to update on the camera also. So I don't know exactly what's making the lag. Okay, Nicole 5. Can you make a list of some cheaper places to find yarn? I sure did. I did just run into this great, it's like a website. I'm going to find out. Hopefully I'll find your chat and be able to reply to you on a replay. I found this website. They only had Red Heart Super Saver yarn, but they had it for super dirt cheap. They were all like $2 and under. But I'm definitely going to put that down in the description below when I go back and look for that one. Let's see. A Hardy, loving the advice. Thank you so much. See, look at that. We already have somebody that says, I will test anyone's crochet patterns. That's awesome. Oh, hey, Tanya Martin. Thank you so much for, thank you. Okay, we got Cozy Country Craft. She says, Joanne has buy two, get free, and some yarn 60% off into the 8th. So you guys, make sure you check that out. And she does it for charity. And tongue tied. She crochets for charity. That's awesome. That means I need to get a drink. My mouth is dry. Okay. Oh, Pink Brown, she says she loves my hair. Thank you so much. And just crazy about your site. Thanks for sharing your creativity. All right, thank you so much. Okay, if you guys got any extra questions, I pretty much got through all the information. Ask me some questions that I'm here for you right now. I can give you a couple answers. Let's see. Anybody else got anything to talk about in the chat? Or what are you guys working on? What's going on in life? Michael's has care on £1 for $7 each. That's pretty good. Patricia Travis, thanks for your great ideas. Love you. Love you guys also. Well, alright. Oh, hey Hardy, you want to know how my crochet class is going? Okay, for guys that don't know, right now I'm going for my crochet teaching certification. I'm like, if I'm going to be teaching you guys, I want to feel like I'm official. I want to go for my crochet teaching certification. I might like to teach at some homes or some Journal on Fabrics or Michael's one day. Who knows what I want to do in my spare time? Well, for those, I had to do a whole bunch of swatches that had to be perfectly 5 by 5 square inches. I thought I knew how to crochet until I took this class. I guess there's so many fine details that I wasn't aware of, but I'm glad I'm taking these classes so I can fine tune some of the things that I create so I can help you guys also. And right now I can finish most of my sample swatches. I wonder if I have them sitting over here somewhere. I do actually. I'm glad you asked. Oh. I didn't weave in any of my ends. You know, you have to have a perfect diamond. What else is in these bags? They ask you to do a swatch of ribbing, a swatch of shell stitch, transition of colors. I did all those, but I still have to block all my swatches. And what I have to do now, I have to create a lesson plan. I've been kind of like procrastinating. You have a whole 6 months to do this, and I crushed out the first half within like a couple weeks. And I'm like, well, I'll get to the lesson plan soon. Maybe I'll take the second half of this month off and start delving into the lesson plan part of this so I can finish this, so I can show you all you guys my crochet certification, so I can be proud. I'm going to put it on the wall and have it stuck right behind me. Diane Brown, I don't know if you guys remember this from last week. That's my mom. She says, what name or email address to use to send money? You can, if you can't send it through the super chat, you can find me on PayPal. It's Alicia80Brown at gmail.com. That's my PayPal address. Just send it right there. That's spelled ALYSHA80 Brown, like the color, at gmail.com. All right. Random Randy's Rambling. That was a tongue twister. A good option for cheap yarn is the marketplace on Facebook. You can find estate sales and destashes for cheap. That is a genius idea. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I've seen because some people don't even know what yarn is. Like when I see yarn in a basket, my mind just automatically like Rain Man rattling off numbers like that's $75 worth of yarn she's selling for $5. People don't recognize this, but that is a great idea. The Facebook Marketplace, you can find a lot of stuff for cheap, but definitely crafts. That was a great idea. Okay, Laura McDonald, can you teach how to design? I actually can. When I learned, like, let's say we're talking about you want to learn how to make a crochet sweater, or the crochet sweater that I have on right now. You probably, I'm blurring out. You probably think this is real technical and sophisticated stitches. I just crocheted 2 squares and put them together. I don't know if you can. Oh, I just stepped on something on the floor. Ouch. I don't know if you can see this, but the front is just 2 squares put together, and I left the opening on the side. And that opening on the side, I created a rectangle for the sleeve. 2 squares, 2 rectangles makes an awesome shirt. Every pattern has a base. I talked with somebody about this. When people say, I just freestyled it, there's no pattern. Technically, there is a pattern. All hats have almost the same sequence stitch count. All tops, they're all almost shaped the same. So you're probably a designer and don't even know it. All right, let's see what else we got. Linda Clark, encouraged by your live videos. Thank you. What's the name of the yarn store in PA you mentioned? It wasn't a store. It's more like a flea market, and this place comes to the flea market. It was called, where am I looking? I'm looking on my notes behind the camera. It was called the Nordic Trading Company. It's in Punxsutawney. Like I said, even I had to drive 2 hours. People say, you drive 2 hours for yarn? Yeah, I'll drive 2 hours for some 25-cent yarn. Okay. Okay, Tanya Martin. Not sure if you covered this, but how can I get more customers interested in buying my goods? I normally post on Facebook. I feel like I price reasonable, but people ask how much, but few buy. Like I said before, I know you post on Facebook. You have to post more. You have to post to people who see. The people who ask what's the price and walk away, those aren't your target customers. And where you're posting, if you're posting like sell your handmade crafts in this group, don't post in places like that. When you're posting within the Facebook, not the Facebook marketplace, but within the little subgroups, the Facebook flea market groups, post in regular flea market groups. Like I said, sign up for 20 of them. Post in each one of them 3 times a day. Nobody will buy today or tomorrow, but you'll keep reposting on a repetitive act. People, you will be ingrained in their head. It's like when you see a McDonald's commercial. You might not eat McDonald's today, but McDonald's is going to show you that same commercial 50 times a day. And when one day that person wants that crochet baby blanket, they're not going to go to Sue that just posted one time for the first time. They're going to go to Sally, you, because they know you are dedicated to this. They recognize you. You are synonymous with your craft. That's how people began to know me. When I had my own Facebook group, selling group, I gave my selling group to somebody else. I gained almost 1,000 people just for my own personal sales group. They knew who I was and they wanted to only buy from me. So that's, if you want to learn about selling in Facebook groups, I'm going to leave in a replay all the links about how I sold within groups and built my Facebook groups so I can become my own selling machine. Okay, let's see. Random Randy, I got 3 trash bags full of acrylic yarn for $50 total through the marketplace. It was awesome. That reminds me, I did have a story of me going through the marketplace. I don't know if you remember, last year I made a ton of items using Caron Simply Soft. People thought, like, this, it did become my favorite yarn. People thought, you must love this yarn. Are you sponsored by Caron Simply Soft? No, I was on the marketplace and somebody was selling like 2 garbage bags full of yarn, and when I got there, it was all Caron Simply Soft, and I had never made anything with Caron Simply Soft in my life, and I'm like, well, I got all this yarn for super, super cheap. I end up making, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 YouTube tutorials using that yarn. I still got yarn downstairs from that, so in my craft room. Lucy, hello. How can I increase a pattern to me? I'm a triple D cup. Okay, for my big chested women. Remember how I was talking about all patterns are basically the same. You can take any crochet cup pattern holder top, like the triangle cups that you see on YouTube, to increase the cup size. Just keep adding rows. There's no magic. Just keep adding rows until it fits you. If you see a tutorial or a pattern and it's only for an A cup, just keep increasing rows and check it against yourself as you go. As simple as that. There's no crazy math. Increase your rows. Okay. Alright. Laura Clark, what about posting on Instagram? Definitely. My good friend Crocheting by Caroline's Daughter, make sure you check her out on Instagram. She is doing great crocheting on Instagram. When you're doing this, if you want to sell, you have to make sure you can compete with the other pictures on Instagram. When I see beautiful pictures, I definitely want to buy. Make sure your background is clean, perfect picture. You don't need to have fancy equipment and photos. I grew my whole business on a cell phone and a clean background and a nice Photoshop app. As simple as that. So definitely sell on Instagram, have people DM for custom orders. Okay, we're going to promote some. A Hardy, I have a site on Facebook, Aunt Ruby's, my screen went up, Aunt Ruby's Crochet Baby and Toddler Items. You guys make sure you go check her out. Monica Davenport, thank you very much for teaching me how to make sneakers. I made my first pair. My son, which I had him on 12/22/18. Congratulations. You're doing great and you inspired me to sell my work. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I'm able to inspire you all. Unfortunately, in this crochet community that we have, I don't think we inspire each other enough. We should teach each other, give each other tips on how to make money. I'm not a crochet guru. I don't know everything, but I will teach you how I made money. I'll give you all the tips that I have so you don't have to struggle and be confused. And I think if we all can share, there's more than enough room to grow. So let's all work together. I'm glad I can help you and continue to give you all this information. All right, I'm just going to wrap up this live stream. I appreciate you all for coming out. I guess if you guys like these live streams, I'll continue to do these if you like. And maybe we'll start doing them every other week. We'll see how that goes. And okay, guys, I'll see you all on the very next video. Hopefully it'll be this crochet choker. All right, guys. Bye.